going on, Jerome's? With Justin freaking Jefferson sitting out the voluntary portion of organized team activities, there's always going to be an opportunity for guys to step up. And for the second year in a row, Jalen Speedy Nailor, the pride of Michigan State, has stepped up and has been looking really, really good. Nailor, through a couple days of OTAs, has been running with the ones, making some plays, and I still got hope, man. I still do. Where Jalen Nailor, I want him to rise up and become something on this offense. I think that he's a good kid. I think that he has shown flashes, but health has just been a major issue. And Jalen Nailor, the pride of Michigan State, like we said, is 25 years young, 5'11" to $186. For the Spartans, was a solid punt and kick returner. And injuries. Injuries have been the problem with Nailor, even going back to college. He only played in 26 games over 4 years due to injury, but he was an absolute deep threat, man. His final season, he was top 2 in yards per catch in the Big Ten. His final season in East Lansing, 38 catches, 692 yards. I feel like that's nice. 695, close enough. 6 touchdowns, as well as a 77 PFF grade. 18.8 yards per catch his junior season. No big deal. No big deal. Even more his sophomore. Pretty awesome. And also, remember, Keenan McCardle, who does have a pretty good eye for receivers, he was pounding the table for Speedy Nailor. So you love to see him backing that up. Knew him from back in the day. And again, we have seen flashes. And Jalen Nailor's been a solid contributor on special teams, as well as he did have his one touchdown of his career on a 47-yard bomb against the Packers. The greasy, grimy Green Bay Packers. And you're just thinking, okay, maybe it could be a precursor of things to come. But so far, through 2 seasons, he's got 12 catches for 208 yards, 1 touchdown, like we said, on 19 targets. Now, he was only limited to 6 games last year due to injuries, because this is what happened. So last year, Jefferson sat out voluntary portion of OTAs, as well as Jordan Addison got dinged up at rookie camp, because remember, he didn't participate much at OTAs or mandatory minicamp. So basically, your top 2 receivers were down. And Jalen Speedy Nailor and KJ Osborne were running with the ones. And Nailor was a dog, man. Like Nailor was the story of OTAs. And then training camp rolled around, and he literally got hurt on the first day, which is just so deflating, because you feel bad for the kid. He's a guy who's fought through injuries his entire career, and he finally had a stew going, and then it goes away on the first day of training camp. And he was dinged up through the bulk of training camp, and he just never really got any footing going. But now, I do think that the Vikings are confident in Jalen Nailor, because if you look, the Vikings, they didn't sign any significant free agents as a guy that could step in and be like, hey, he's going to be a top 3 receiver. Now, Trent Sherfield, respect, but are you ready to pencil him as a top 3 guy? No. They didn't draft a wide receiver. They did bring in a couple of high-end UDFAs, but in terms of who the wide receiver 3 is going to be, yes, they re-signed Brandon Powell, and obviously Kevin O'Connell loves him a lot, but is he more of a gadgety type player, or could Jalen Nailor really step up and be that wide receiver 3? A guy who works in conjunction with Jefferson and Addison and Hockenson, and is a matchup problem against the other team's 3rd and 4th corner. Certainly could see. But like I said, I'm rooting for Jalen Nailor, the pride of Michigan State, and hopefully knocking on all the wood, he can stay healthy. And with Jefferson being absent for the rest of voluntary OTAs, hopefully he can make a mark and have that lead into training camp, a good preseason, and maybe he starts off the 2024 campaign as a wide receiver 3, wide receiver 4. But your thoughts are thoughts. Jalen Nailor shining at OTAs for the 2nd year in a row. Back for the first time. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.